Okay, so I'm attempting to test my Comcast speed over here on speed test, but I cannot load the page properly to run the speed test. So this is trying to load Comcast's own speed test now. And for those people at Comcast, this is my computer plugged in. There is my network connection for those that don't believe that I do this wired. So I'll open that up and I'll bring up my local area connection showing that I'm connected at full speed. So as you can see, that's there. Now the test is eventually loaded in the background there. So let's see if we actually run the test, what happens. Now, as you can see, it takes quite a fair amount of time to begin the test. If it will start again, there's my network data showing that I'm connected at 1 gigabyte per second via the cable, which is right there to our router. But wait, let's see if the speed test will begin. While we wait for that one, let's see if we can actually load on speedtest.net and try begin a speed test over there. Now this is at a point where it's been about 8 months of bad internet with Comcast, and each time they say that it's faulty equipment or they find another reason for the problem, which it still hasn't been resolved. Let's see if the speed test will begin on speedtest.net. Nothing there yet. Comcast's one has pinged the server at this point. Oh, but now when the speed test runs, it says I have 101 megabytes per second. Interesting, considering that it took longer than a minute for the speed test to actually begin. But once it runs, it says I have good speed. Speedtest.net, on the other hand, though, came up with a completely different result. So, just to check for any discrepancies, let's run it again on speedtest.net in a new tab and see what happens. Now apparently my internet works fine, but according to Comcast, there's no problem when, as you've just been able to see, there has actually been a problem because I wasn't able to load the pages. Although these results are still less than satisfactory, considering that we do actually pay for 150 megabyte internet speed. And let's just test again on Comcast speed test and see if there's any difference over there. So now that the web pages are actually loading, let's see what happens now. And again, the entire time I've been making this video, it's been wired in, connected at 1 gigabyte per second.